Yeah.
So that's why
Very
I'm not attached to that name as much. But
Have you ever considered renaming yourself?
No, because I actually really enjoy my name.
Yeah.
I don't know any other Douglases, so that's important to me. It gives me a sense of self. And the Douglases that I see in pop culture and whatnot.
Doug
I
from
don't
the
care.
90s Nickelodeon.
Doug from the Nickelodeon show. Like, I cannot relate to it. I can and I can't. Like, that's just,
Yeah.
might as well be SpongeBob or something. Like, it's just too cartoony, so I can't really relate to that. But also, my name is a namesake. So, like, the story behind my name, I value a lot. My mother had a younger brother who died of leukemia, so she named me after him. His name was Douglas. He died a few years prior to my birth. So I'm like, that's kind of cool. Like, it represents it's symbolic of something. Even though I'd never really known him.
Well, I carried the same initials as my father and his father, but I rejected that wholly.
Really?
So yeah, I mean,
yeah, this is.
I lashed out against that in my.
Interesting. I incorporated it, especially because all of my family, they'll tell stories about my Uncle Douglas. He died at like 21, 22, really young. He was diagnosed at 14 with leukemia, so he lived a long time. Yeah, I spent a lot of my childhood reading his comic books.
Really? So he was quite creative, huh?
Yeah. And I heard he had a musical talent too. Like, he wanted to be a DJ and things like that.
DJ.
Yeah, it's funny how that comes around.
Yeah. Interesting. So do you feel like you're almost
an incarnation of him?
Not in a sense, in an abstract sense.
In an abstract sense, yeah. My aunt, who I don't really have. I wish I had more of a relationship. She was always my favorite aunt, but I remember I was like 13 and she told me that out of all the younger male generation family, there was a bunch of male cousins that came around at the same time. I was the one who most reminded her of her younger brother. She was like, it's almost as if you're him, like you carry his name and stuff like that. And that resonated with me, and I was like, oh, okay. I don't know him. I don't know who he is. Yeah, it's strange. It's weird. So I like the name. I really like the name.
I did too. I don't know anybody else with that name from my life.
But
and even more so that you prefer Douglas over Doug.
Also, the funny thing about it is that when I look in the mirror and knowing my identity, being Puerto Rican and having such a white name.
Yeah, that is not Puerto Rican.
Doesn't make any fucking sense.
That combo. It's interesting. I don't. This is not family related, but I don't think you know this. It's interesting nonetheless. When I moved into this house, I moved in here at a very interesting time, first of all, and we didn't know anything about the people that lived here before us. It was a very peculiar circumstance. They didn't want to meet us. They didn't want to. It all happened through the proxy of the realtor, and so it was all handled through him. No one.
Yeah.
So we didn't meet, and which was a little bit strange for us at the time. But they got everything out of the house. They just pretty much scraped the walls clean of everything that was theirs and just gave it to us empty, except for one thing in the attic. That picture right there.
Really?
It feels like
so you don't
Jumanji or something.
You don't even know what the story is behind it.
No, it was
the first thing I noticed when I actually came in here.
Yeah, I love it. It's so creepy. This baby's like biting a pearl necklace. It looks like it's levitating in front of a haunted house. It's so weird. But here's another weird part that's probably unrelated, but I've connected. We still get the mail
from them.
For them, yeah, and it seems it was a family of 3 people.
Because 3 names appear in the mail?
Yeah, usually. And so it was... And then they had a seemingly more mysterious son, as I've figured that's who it is. His name was Bone.
Bones?
Bone, tendon, and I've always thought that's very weird. That's a very weird. So someone named Bone lived here before. I sometimes think that's Baby Bone, but
Baby Bone.
I don't know. I just like to think that way, but I like to think that my circumstance was almost before me. That Bone kind of
Yeah.
lived through the same situation. Bone, then tendon, next will be muscle.
Can you find bone? That name.
I've looked.
That's the biological name.
I've looked. I can't find them anywhere.
Bone.
Even the last name of that sounds
Yeah, it sounds
like bone sanding.
Yeah.
But I just love the way that
I know
works.
a few who I went to high school with.
Okay. Yeah. It feels like Jumanji though. You just find that one creepy thing tucked away.
Yeah,
It's
I
just,
love Jumanji.
the original. I have the
yeah.
board game still.
Oh, they actually
Should.
produced
Yeah.
manufactured one. I didn't even know they'd done that.
It didn't have as cool of boxes. It did in the movie, but it was fun.
That was what was awesome about it. It was like the mystique and the.
We need to make something like a Jumanji for this generation.
I think so too.
Like a real.
Did you see what they did with the?
The new crap?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did
I'm not
you
even
hear-
gonna watch it.
Well, yeah, but do you know at least the synopsis and something like this?
Wait, didn't they involve like video games or something? Did you actually see the movie?
No, I didn't watch it. I refuse to watch
It's
it.
like Jack Black and The Rock, and they have they're in a video
They're in a
game.
video game.
Mhm.
Jumanji. That's literally
weird.
the most bastardized premise.
Mhm.
It's literally.
There's almost no connection, other than just it's like a
Just
spiritual
name.
successor rather than a
It's the
sequel.
worst. It's like a spiritless.
I'm gonna do it in the bathroom.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah.
That's strange.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna watch it.
Yeah, I A game for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind.
That's a cool tagline.
That's pretty much it.
Uh-huh.
That's everything.
Man, I haven't even opened the box in like 20 years.
That's
Wonderful.
what we're doing right there. That's-
Oh, what the?
What is that?
It's like a 50-cent machine alien or something.
Oh yeah, I remember those.
Yeah.
There's that bunch of them.
Oh, the rhino.
A game for those who seek to find a way to leave their world behind.
I doubt this is all this. I don't know. Maybe it is. Oh, that's right.
The cards.
Yeah. I don't know if that has a little piece, but you had to look at them through like a little red.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, that's a cool idea if you want to look at it. I don't know if you could read them, but I don't see that little viewer thing in here.
Is it?
Is it what?
The thing that says Jumanji on it, the circular thing.
That's what I was thinking at first. Like maybe it's just
Yeah.
It's all,
Interesting.
oh, broken in half.
Ah.
Yeah.
It looks like the same layout as Shoots and Ladders.
Oh man.
I didn't know they made this like an actual game.
Mm-hmm. It was a lot of fun, from what I remember. Yeah. It had it kind of. I remember it doing well to bring that spirit from the movie into the game.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I was a kid at the time, but I still remember being. It wasn't a letdown. Have you continued reading?
Yeah. Miscellaneous ideas and notes. There's still so much. I don't even think I've scratched.
Is there? Oh, it's down here.
It's halfway there.
Oh, it's past that.
I think it might be at the halfway point.
Oh no, we're all.
Oh, we're all the way down there. Emergency function. They function as a very good network of vehicles, television network featuring a variety of programs and crash hazards related. Yeah, that's the ultimate goal.
Yeah,
Is the
that's
people-
what I was saying.
The
with
people
Rooster
who
Teeth.
we inspire, yeah. Like
Yeah.
Machinima, like you said.
That'd be awesome.
Worker in developing a single part from the Gwynplaine Laughing image. Is that pronounced correctly? Gwynplaine?
Gwynplaine, yeah.
One that is simply resembling a sigil which can be easily reproduced and supported on merchandise inside. Yeah, I like that idea too. Because the imagery there is awesome. But is there
It's not
something else? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as
You have to print it out.
Yeah.
I want something you could like graffiti really quick and then run away.
And,
we'll
and
come
it
up
can't
with
be a smiley face or something like
No,
that.
I was already
It's so
going through that.
dumb. And you probably already went through that mental process.
And then I was going through like fetuses with like this. I was going through all these different things, trying to think of child buyers.
I'm thinking of that Sigur Rós album cover.
That was cool.
You know which one I'm
Yeah.
talking about with
Mhm.
the wings.
Mhm.
Um,
I loved that album when it came out.
yeah, what was it called?
It was called crap, but I forget what it's called. But it had Himarto Hamast on it, which was Ajax Burion.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. But even that is pretty complex.
Yeah, very much so.
We want something more like not this, but something that has that kind of simplicity of like a magic seal, or just something that's like.
What is that?
I just drew that one day. It was supposed to be some kind of sigil, but
Really?
I mean, like the things in the hallway too. A lot of these are from alchemy, but some of them are just mine. I think I made this one up myself. So cool. I can't remember which ones. You see all those up there?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking of.
Is this out?
Oh, that's actually much closer. Yeah, it's alchemy. I have that close to me. That means purified by fire. Or just like purified by burning, which is kind of like thaumaturgy for me. want to show you some of my my little DIY stash. Because I've showed you like what I've made in some cases, but I haven't shown you a lot of it because I've been just busy making weird stuff for so long. Here's all my headless Aladdins. Yeah.
You have a bunch of headless Aladdins?
Yeah, I would mail them out to people and just as part of packages.
Why Aladdin? Why headless?
Oh, you don't know my Aladdin?
I know. You told me a little bit about it.
Yeah. Oh, that's too much to go into right now. I have all these just cool little pieces to make different things. These were like, I would put a sticker on things and I would stick like cards in there. I don't know. That's some of the things I made these tubes with.
Okay, yeah.
And then so many stickers. Then I had like playing cards.
Did you actually have those made?
Yeah, but they suck. I mean, I just kind of threw them together real quick with the image, so I couldn't make them better. Oh, that's nice right there. That's bee pheromones. So yeah, I would put that on packages I mailed out, and it would get covered in bees. So because these
The fuck? So you put that on the package and mail it out.
Oh,
By
yeah.
the time it got there,
yeah, bees.
there were bees.
I think I even have. I had some stickers that said "Warning: This is sprayed with bee pheromones." I should have some. You haven't seen the boxes I mailed my shit out yet. Okay, here's an example of. Okay, so it would be like normal on the outside. And then on the inside it would be like that. It'd be partially blood covered, these fake bees, and then a swarm hazard. Contents of them exposed to national pheromones are allowed to attract swarming bees. So, in a lot of them I'd write stuff here, and I'd have these stickers of these creepy black and white pictures of mice caught in traps. And I'd just stick them all over places, and I'd write like little secret codes and weird stuff. So I put a lot of work into the packages I sent out.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Was that one that was going to go out, or was that a prototype that you weren't happy with?
Yeah, I was going to send more stuff out, then I just kind of stopped sending things out, and I put my store on hold.
This.
That was something I like won in some giveaway. It was One Piece figurines from some movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just going through looking for Pokemon stuff recently, so that's why all this stuff's over here.
Is this a Pokemon?
Yeah, Bishop. He's a chess piece.
Is it a chess piece Pokemon?
Yeah, he's a bishop.
That's pretty neat, actually.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was such a thing.
There was a pawniard, the pawn, and then
Is this
bishop.
from one of the newer generations?
Yes, probably black and white.
Okay.
Yeah.
I played that one. I played
It was
one.
good.
Sons of Hypnos.
Yeah.
Did you bring these around?
Oh, you
some?
haven't seen those yet? There's
No.
tons of them. I could give you some.
I can see this one.
It's probably like bent or something because it's on the floor.
This one by me.
Oh, I would also send these, like I'd make these kind of.
Postcards.
Yeah, but what I do is, I take some really thick paper, and then like cardstock, and then glue them together, and then so this is like 3 things in one that's been glued together.
Jeez.
I had this crazy DIY corner where I would just sit there and pump these things out. Yeah, I have like 4 boxes of these.
I'll take them.
Alright. But I just have so many. I have like t-shirt bags and.
T-shirt bags.
Yeah, like to package your t-shirts, and they're like the plastic sleeves.
Interesting.
I just have everything DIY that you would need for a project. I have cases and cases of empty CD cases and tape cassette cases and.
So what was the purpose, do you think,
Of what?
having this stuff? It was just for your own project?
Oh,
or?
I've been doing this kind of production all my life, so I just have all the materials that you need to make something cool. Yeah. And I know how to, I don't know, DIY is just my lifestyle.
What is this paper here? Letter to an ENT.
Oh, that was a page I had up previously on my website. Oh, my birth certificate. Random. I saw that. I saw you roll backwards. Yeah, I had that on my page for a while. It was just a letter I had given to an ENT before an appointment. Just telling him to go easy on me pretty much and explaining my entire history of throat issues. I took it off my website eventually though. I mean, you could read it if you want. Or
Why is that? Why did you take it off?
Well, because this summer I realized how off the mark I was about the actual cause of my issues.
Oh, so there you're kind of going on.
Here I'm still kind of just making crap up going, I think it's this, it might be my salivary glands. You know, I didn't understand how the body worked. It wasn't far off the mark, but at the same time, I've learned a lot of new stuff this summer. Did you read those papers I sent with you?
Some of them.
Some of them, which ones?
One with you and Anita.
Okay, what did you think of that?
It's heavy.
Yeah.
Surprisingly heavy.
All my art and songs will make sense though after reading that, because that's like the main theme of my music. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that leads right up to the time I disappeared off to Texas with that other girl.
Yeah.
So, which was kind of an attempt to substitute.
Substitute.
Yeah. Hence why she had the
you
same
say
name.
yeah, she had the same name. Yeah, how do you even find somebody with the same name? What are the odds?
That's what I thought. That's why it was so easy to convince myself that this is more than me being dumb. It's fate. It has to be. So, yeah. This is just a weird story. I'm still kind of recovering in a way, though. I mean, I've recently realized, I don't know, entering into the romance game at this point is very unusual because I've realized just how much this sense of adventure was tied into my romantic experience. And now, am I going to be able to fall in love with people without that sense of narrative? It's weird.
I think that you could.
I think so too,
I
but
think,
at the same
I
time,
think it's a part
it's
of your,
weird.
Yeah, it's strange.
I've never been without the narrative.
I should be diluted because there's always a narrative.
Yeah, there is. I mean, that one will still probably come and play too. Like that led to this.
That narrative, yeah, it's always going to be.
Our whole lives are one interconnected narrative because every action leads to the next action.
Not to disassociate, and that's such a huge thing.
It's
Because I have had to disassociate in order to move forward.
And that can turn out as missing pieces in your understanding of the way your life works.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you still dissociating from certain...
Right now I'm trying to clear out the blockages. So I'm going
like
through that
filling in the
process now.
holes? Or
Yeah, I'm recounting a lot of stuff that happened.
How's that working for you on an emotional level? Painful?
It's painful. Yeah, it's very, very painful.
Yeah.
To realize, oh, I went through this and I did this and I behaved this way and I hurt this person this way and I completely removed myself from this situation and was never to be seen again.
Wow.
Like a lot of guilt,
Do you suffer from a lot of that? Guilt?
I do. And then I disassociate and then I come around again. It's a process. It's been an ongoing process for a while.
I've never struggled much with guilt.
A lot of it was lack of self-awareness. A lot of it was me, like, thinking the world was a specific way that it was a way that it really wasn't.
Mm.
So I think, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain.
I can understand what you mean, though. Like your actions may have been appropriate in the universe as you saw it, but you were acting
Like it was
inappropriately
it could
for
all,
what it really was.
It could all be justified, but is that justification?
Yeah, just because you misunderstood, I mean, is that
Right.
really justification?
Is that really a rational? Yeah.
I come from a similar position, actually, so that's why I understand what you're referring to.
But I've heard a lot of people, I think, in that way.
Do you need more wine?
Do you have some more?
Yeah, these are, the ones over here they were like refilled, so
Oh,
it hasn't been drank out of, but...
What did he say?
Who?
Milford.
About what?
Before he left, the last thing he said
About the dry piece of wood?
That's the definition. Dry piece of wood. I thought of it because you were mentioning that these are refilled. I was gonna tell you like, I don't mind.
Oh, because you smoked? Yeah. So you pretty much finished that document, didn't you?
Most of it. There's still a little left to go, I think. Sorry, I kept getting a second.
Oh no, it's okay. I mean, it's good to mix it up.
Weird voices, glitches, intercoms. Oh shit.
What did you do?
I'm still doing it.
Oh, good.
I don't know how that happened.
That's okay.
Alright, where was that? Glitches, something with glitches.
Yeah,
Is it past that?
was it?
Works
Miscellaneous ideas and notes, we were there. Okay, consider a playlist.
Right here, yeah.
Okay.
It's like, you ever follow Sacha Baron Cohen?
No, Borat?
Yeah. You ever watch it?
No.
Okay.
I know about the way he does it though. Not that kind of uncomfortable degree of stuff, but
I actually found him very entertaining.
Really?
Extremely entertaining.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Just in, having people second guess. It's a lot of shock value.
yeah, he's more of that. Whereas the guy I mentioned is more like a street magician, kind of like yeah. He also sees it from a scientific, like it's in your brain. All this stuff as weird as it seems. He never tries to
Mystify
paint
it?
himself, as this supernatural being.
It's strange.
Mhm.
It seems like it's self-defeat.
But it's interesting because he's glorifying humanity in the process, our own innate potential as humans, and that's the best thing of all.
Does he reveal his stick as he goes along? Often,
Maybe not fully, but he usually does explain just the wiring, how our wiring leaves us exposed and disposed to certain
Wow.
interactions.
It's a have to explain it.
Yeah, not just like straight up our voices discussing things, but just like little weird edits and
Yeah, absolutely.
things that have people confused, almost like a horror story, like some demonic kind of, like something's just like we say something
There's
reverse all of a sudden, no one explains it.
There's some software that I want to look into, because of the nature of my job being calls and representing a bank. I can't give anybody information. They can give me their account number, they can give me all their information, and I will be able to tell them things about their account if they're going through like a vocoder where they obscure their voice. Anyway, so they can read their
So it's a
entire
privacy,
account.
yeah.
Yeah, it's a security thing, security measure,
Yeah.
and they're emphasizing that a lot. So if it's like an underage person pretending to be somebody of age, or we have to be skeptical every time we pick up the phone and somebody's giving us information, because we're always on the alert. Like, this person might be trying to siphon into somebody's funds. They might have found a debit card on the floor and are trying to hack into it. So it's security.
So what, you're wanting to get that
I
kind of software?
I want that software too. Yeah.
Voice. Yeah.
I think back on whenever they have those like news time interviews where the person is so afraid of their identity being revealed that they're like blacked out. They're
low voice.
Yeah, I've always found that so like interesting. See, I always go back to. Have you been to Charlottesville?
But not the awesome part of it. I went once with a girlfriend. It was kind of lame.
Oh, okay.
It's like a festival or something, but.
They have areas that remind me of downtown Lynchburg. Like, their downtown is like a...
So you think that's just like a fertile womb for this stuff?
I kind of feel like it is. Because you know how we went to the White Hart and they have...
More than Richmond?
The entrance... I'm not too familiar with Richmond. I think the 40-hour film festival is the most time
Okay. Because that's kind of similar to what you're describing.
Yeah.
A normal city.
Like Cary Street. Yeah, but Charlottesville is very small, but very...
lively.
Yeah. reminds me of it reminds me of parts of Manhattan. Those meant to serve as a York base here. Yeah, I mean they have protagonists, superhero movies, sub-heroes, anime. Seem to make off with the best in this aspect, but with so few people being moved to action as a result. What are these shows, franchises doing wrong? Where is modern media missing the mark? And why aren't more people being encouraged to make the next move to become that which inspires them? Yeah, I feel like when it comes down to my understanding of comic book movies, like those characters, they're very yeah, they're larger than
Normal
life.
guy gets bit by a spider,
Yeah.
and now he's amazing. Yeah.
And so the average person comes away and is like, I can never do that. I can never do that. So there's like an alienation there. There's like a
Yeah. So I guess anime is probably a little bit better of an example with its slice of life
where
and
you can
harem
insert
and
yourself.
stuff. Yeah.
I think video games are kind of scary. Like video games,
Yeah.
you pick up
Role
the
playing.
controller and you're literally playing.
Like MMORPGs and stuff, like Warcraft and
or any RPG.
Destiny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Totally. I totally see that. So that's just something we should think about. Like, where did these people go wrong? And I mean, a lot of the time it's because they're trying to get you dependent on them instead of trying to free you from yourself.
Trying to do what? Get you dependent on them?
Mm-hmm. Buy more stuff and
Like the
consume
content
more.
creators themselves?
Mhm.
Like the publishing company?
They want you to need them for your fulfillment. They don't want you to liberate you from the
Right.
need.
No.
And that's where we're going to be different.
Because it's very capitalistic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We want people to not depend on us. We want people to consume our model of this is
And go out and create.
yeah, and then
That's
to kind
more
of
like build
be
on
independent.
blasting, though.
Hmm?
Isn't it encouraging people to build on their blast, in a sense?
Not necessarily, because I mean it could just be internalized and understood. They don't have to go out and become the next big. They don't have to become us,
Yeah.
but they do need to be more fulfilled. In their own, it's in their own best interest to see life
Can
in a
we
different way.
grant that fulfillment for people who aren't like us?
Can we what?
Can we grant levels of fulfillment into people who aren't
We can inspire it. I mean,
inspired?
I made the distinction. I'm like, we shouldn't even try to. Let's not instruct people as much as inspire them. I think that's an important distinction right there.
So we can do whatever with our content, so long as
I mean,
there needs to be a level of inspiration that they come to. The inspiration, I think, is a very
it's very open.
internalized.
Yeah, it's. I mean, instruction is only. I wrote this down earlier. I remember. Instruction is only worthful in as much as it is true and effective in reality. But inspiration is so open-ended and it has unlimited prospects. And it's so much more valuable because it's like you do what you want with it. It's more individualistic even though it's given to you from someone else.
Right.
From an outside source, let's say.
Yeah.
And so that's so much more potent, I think, because it's like a wild card instead of just a high-end card. It's you can make it anything you want.
I'm thinking in terms of independence. I mean, inspiration coming from yourself, like you isolating yourself and still finding inspiration.
Yeah. I don't know,
I
but
have
even
a curious question there.
okay.
Do you think a lot of it, or not a lot of it, but do you think elements of that came from association, from things that you've been subjected to or came into contact with prior to the isolation itself?
No, I was actually going to beg the question in the sense that even though, to all perspectives, I was alone in this room, I still feel like I have access to the entire world just through the unconscious mind, the collective. I still believe that we are all interconnected in some way, intellectually, emotionally, empathetically. And I believe that the Carl Jung's idea of the collective unconscious, I believe that that's a legitimate thing, and that there is a unifying link between all of us, like a computer network. I wholly believe in that.
Between us.
Yeah, I believe that we are all connected in some way, mentally and empathetically. And yeah, it's the collective unconscious. Have you heard of that concept?
I've heard the concept, but
Okay.
I don't know too much.
Well, there's the conscious mind, then there's the personal unconscious, then there's the collective unconscious. So our personal unconscious is like the reservoir of our memories, our past experiences, things that get shoved under the surface of our everyday awareness, but nonetheless they're personal to us. Collective unconsciousness is something that is shared by the entire species, and most often that will refer to archetypes of society, like images like the savior, the devil, the father, all these figures and things that mean something to our culture, all these roles, these instincts of behavior, what we want, what we aspire towards.
It's all part of a narrative, though, isn't it?
It's all it's built into us, in a sense, but not in a way that is robotic like software, but in a way that's still alive, because there's this thing that's teaching us even when our parents won't. There's this thing that's informing us and instructing us even when our society's mute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our society is very much not mute, though. It's built
depends.
on commercialism,
Yeah.
so information is...
Maybe I should say when television's mute,
Yeah.
because that's still a part that you can control. But yeah, I don't believe that I was as disconnected as it may appear on the outside. That unifying connection between everyone. I mean, some will say that that's where creativity comes from, as a whole. I mean, the unconscious is where you get creativity. And that's why I believe that
You have
in
to
my...
be in a trance.
For most people, yeah. For me, I kind of broke down that wall when I was a kid. And so that's why I feel like my ethic and even my ability to generate ideas is exceptional by most standards, because I have constant access to a state that people usually don't. Like I'm dreaming while I'm awake, technically, because that's the unconscious mind too. But if that barrier is permeable, I'm in a constant dream state, but I'm also awake. It's weird.
It's trippy.
Yeah. But I feel like that's the best explanation for why my mind works the way it does. I don't have to... I just feel like it's a closet without a back to it. I could just reach in.
Pull something out.
Yeah, it could be empty, but I just reach in, like, I get something every time. Just because there's no back. It's like Narnia, the wardrobe.
I loved, you ever read The Magician's Nephew?
Was that the first or... Yeah.
It's the first year of the last. It's,
Interesting.
it's the first one? No, it's the last one he wrote, but it's the first of the narrative.
That always confused me, the ordering of them. But yeah, I would have read that when I was quite young, like 10 or 11.
That one was different than the other ones.
Was it?
Because there were rings that would transport them into this dimension.
Like Lord of the Rings.
And once it was a boy and a girl, I can't even remember their names.
Was this the one where they were going back and forth between the houses by that little channel? There was like these... They were able to go across the neighborhood because in the attic there were these tunnels.
Not sure.
I think it was that.
I
can't recall, but I do remember they would go into Narnia, but Narnia had no name at this point. It was already post Narnia.
Post or prequel?
It was, I can't recall, but the sun was about to explode. The sun was about to supernova. I recall that, and everything was in ruins, and there were statues, like marble statues of all sorts of.
And Aslan the
things.
lion was a statue.
Right.
I feel like these people were like the progenitors, though. I feel like these were like the mother and father of the kids
Of the
that went to
kids,
the wardrobe.
Yeah, that went to the wardrobe. So it was the prequel. Yet the story kind of came back full circle, I guess.
Yeah.
Because Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe would have been a sequel to that. Yet the world was more lush and living and vibrant.
Yeah.
In that story, I just remember it being so desolate. Everything was in ruins, and the sun was about to die.
Mm.
Just that imagery.
Yeah. I that stuck with me too.
But yeah, reaching into the wardrobe to find creativity. So that these guys will really want to partner in a line with us. Maybe down the road we can have our own annual
think that's
music
pretty much it.
festival.
Yeah.
Consider life though.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much it. You get the point.
Yeah.
So, so you're in agreement, I guess, with most of that, huh?
Yeah, I have
No objections.
no objections.
Sweet.
One thing I want to do is work on my identity. Work on
Okay.
not my identity, but the caricature.
Presentation.
Yeah, the presentation.
Is that something you want to go over now, or would you rather do that when you're on your own time?
I don't necessarily know how to begin doing that.
Would you rather do that than try to do some recordings? Or do you want to see what this is like? What do you want to do now?
Would you mind running this through? I
No,
don't know if.
of course not.
I think one of the big things that I can do right now.
Oh, is this a problem that I don't have that cable?
Well, you have that cable, the one that you plug in.
I do. Do you want to move everything over there?
Yeah, that would probably help.
How much
No.
needs to be over here, though?
Just this guy.
Oh, okay. Can you get it to this part right here? Ooh. Is that good?
Yeah, and you're gonna plug it in.
Is that the little bulbs and thing? Alright.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't trip.
Stuck.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. Alright.
It's like a game of Twister.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do something.
What? Is it just a problem with all these cables?
This cable has to get into the side there.
You want to sit the laptop on the chair and we just move in front of it?
That would work. Where we are in relation to it isn't as important.
Yeah, I'm going to go in the other room while you're setting this up and just give one more look and see if I can't find it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Finish this.
I'm gonna set this on this chair right here. And put this around back over here.
I'll be right back. No, I still can't find it.
Awesome works.
I'll be right back.
Alright.
What time is it, by the way?
It's 8:12. Oh no,
Nice.
8:32.
Not bad.
Hello? 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 Interesting. Hello? Why is this not coming through? Hello? 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 It's not really coming through.
Through what? The stereo?
Yeah.
Oh, did you turn up the volume? I think I had it on really low.
Of the stereo? Hello? Hello? Hello?
Okay, it should be loud now.
Hello?
Speak again. Should the lights be flickering on your little device?
Hello? Yeah,
They're not.
they should be flickering here. Hello? Hello?
It's not flickering.
Hello?
Oh, do you think it's my cable?
Not sure.
Because, I mean, that is a rather old cable.
Could be. But something should be.
Like, try disconnecting and see if it pops or... Yeah, it does.
Yeah, this is definitely working. It sounds like it'd be working. Is it because it's not fancy powered? Alright, it's fancy power now. Hello?
Should I bring over my mic over there and see if it works?
Really shouldn't be.
Even though I doubt that this is the problem point.
Hello? Hopefully it's gonna get real loud when I actually
Feedback.
figure this out. Input.
I'm afraid that's probably my
Hello?
cable.
Hello? Hello? No, I don't know. It feels like it might be my mic.
Well, here, I'll switch it out for...
Yeah, we can try that real quick. Hello?
Oh,
Hello? Yeah, that comes through, but it sounds really,
how is it your mic?
really distorted.
Oh, that's because your settings.
Yeah, it might just be.
Why would it be your mic?
Hello?
though?
Not sure. Hello? 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 I hear the thing. The mic.
This,
Yeah.
was it set to on?
Might be one of these. No, ZDD sounds good. Low cut maybe? Hello?
Why would that not... I mean, the mic's not broken.
No, the mic should be
So
working.
it's just interacting with the...
Cable. Look at that.
Is it not the appropriate connection for it?
Yeah, this is the right connection, as is this.
That's a nice mic though.
Yeah, it should work. It works. Maybe it's the cable.
But then how is that...
How is that compatible with the dynamic?
Yeah, I mean, these are exactly...
Yeah, it's the exact same. I mean, even the
Is it because it's Taiwanese?
it's gotta be. Yeah, let's speak to it. Hello? I mean, that comes through.
That sounds good.
It sounds good.
I don't know.
I mean, there's. I'm sure we'll get something else figured out before we start recording. But this, I mean, even that's
Yeah,
a
this is.
legit mic. It sounds perfectly fine.
Yeah.
I know.
Add a little reverb on it, and then just maybe equalize it, and it's
Yeah, I
anything
can.
you want.
I can always throw that in here.
We also don't want to or need to sound like every
Other
podcast.
podcast.
Yeah.
I'd much rather not do that.
I want to sound a little strange.
I don't know why the freaking dynamic mic isn't working. It should, in theory. Everything should.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, you said you're gonna need to pick up one of these anyway.
Hello?
For
Yeah, I
yourself,
do.
so we'll try it again at that point.
I don't think I dropped it or anything. Even then, it should pick something up. The fact that it's dead quiet like
Yeah.
that.
When was the last time you used it?
Not long ago, when my father was in Oregon, I was messing around. I don't know what that is right there. Interesting. I don't know.
What do you mean?
Oh, never mind. It was just this design right here.
Oh.
So that's there. Maybe if I do this. Hello? 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 Testing, testing. Interesting.
So what do you want to do with that then?
We would just have to use your mic.
So do you want to test something out?
Sure.
What would we be testing out? Just our conversational style, or?
We could do that.
Okay.
Microphone.
Dude, we haven't taken any pictures. We should take one of those, like a picture that we could look back on and laugh in 10 years and go, look at, just like that's where we were. We never knew it was going to be a huge company.
Should we do one now?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm
like the
dressed for-
Facebook ones they show?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm dressed the part.
Oh, well, it doesn't have to be a promo shot, but I still think we should document this in some
Go for it.
regard.
I don't know. Let's see. Use mic every hour at work. What are they saying? Clicking use. Fancy power is not necessary. Make it what you will. I know
For
fancy-
podcasts?
Will fancy power supply be equivalent?
Wait, did you bring 2 mics?
I just wrote that one.
Okay.
Although I do own 2 mics, I just still have to bring that one. Interesting. No, that's right, that's right. This is right. It should be similar to that. I'll try one more time, and if it doesn't work, I really can't figure it out.
Yeah,
It might just be the cable.
they might be.
And
It's
the
all-
way it responds to the cable.
That little buzzing.
Yeah, so it sounds as if it works, but it's
Yeah, it
not.
sounds like there's a connection problem going up right here.
Right. And you see it responding there,
Okay.
and it's going in. Hello?
I mean, it's
Hello?
still reacting, but
Yeah.
I see
Sure,
that
sure.
everything's turned on.
There's no on or off switch.
Are you sure there's no, like, you have to twist it or something? Yeah.
That'd be great. No, but I'll test it out at home again.
Okay.
But yeah, this is just like negative 10 dB. It's just setting
Okay.
for 0 dB. And then you have the low cut, which is high pass. Just a filter thing. Hello? Interesting. Bums me out.
Yeah, well, don't jump to conclusions on.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
hold on to this.
Oh.
How in the hell? God. That's cool, right?
Do you wanna-
It's been a while. What
just-
should we do? Vibe?
Oh, are you taking a picture? Or
Oh, we
I
can.
didn't know what you were doing over there.
I
Are we trying to? Want to just do like a 5-minute clip of us just talking?
Yeah.
Which is basically what we've been doing the whole time anyway.
Yeah. Can we connect that to my computer?